The 2014 J-Backers of the Year, Allison and Dan O'Neill. I think it's important that we properly recognize out of a great number of people who make tremendous commitments to us beyond their jobs, beyond their families, no matter what we envision, what our goals are individually, as student athletes or as coaches or collectively as teams or as programs, we can't accomplish anything of what we want to accomplish without people who are willing to give to us. And so I think it's important for our student athletes to understand that and to recognize it and see the positive influence that people can have on others by going beyond their jobs and families and making a commitment. And we have tremendous examples of that with this year's honorees, Allison and Dan O'Neill. Allison and Dan were chairs of the J-Backer Jamboree the last 2 years. They were passionate, they were committed, they were successful, they were a lot of fun. We had the most outstanding 2 years of the Jamboree that we have had. The J-Backer organization helps athletics raise over $4 million a year between J-Backer memberships, the Jamboree, the Bash, and other fundraisers. And without that, there's no way we could have the quality program that we have. Dan is also president of First National Bank, who is our strongest corporate sponsor. First National Bank has been tremendous in supporting Blue Jay Athletics. So on behalf of everyone involved with Creighton University Athletics, we're very proud to honor both of you as the Creighton J-Backers of the Year.
Well, Bruce, thank you for those kind words. I wished I could say that when we were approached to chair the Jamboree that we gave an immediate yes, but that's not the case. When Carol Ketchum approached us, we were at first very reluctant. We had already committed to some other charities that we were in the process of leading, and we just didn't think the timing was right. But not Carol Ketchum. She thought the timing was perfect. And here's how she approached us. She approached us right before the men's basketball game where Creighton was playing Iowa over in Des Moines at the Wells Fargo Arena. Many of you might remember that game. It was November 2011, and it was a big game for both programs. It was right during the Thanksgiving holiday season. Everybody was home, and I will tell you, the arena was packed to the rafters. There was a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and we came out that night, that afternoon actually, and everything was working. We were hitting on all cylinders. Everybody was scoring. It was a great game. It was a fun game, and we actually beat Iowa by 23 points that afternoon. And so afterwards, everybody was really excited, and that really got everybody talking about the 2011-2012 campaign, and everybody walked out. What a great team we have. And as we drove back to Omaha, Allison, still reveling in the victory, she was reading the program, and she said, Dan, this is a pretty young team we have here. We're going to have 4 returning starters next year. And this freshman, this Austin Chapman, he's fast. So she said, maybe chairing this Jamboree wouldn't be such a bad idea. She also said that she had read where season ticket sales were at an all-time high. And then, here's where she just, went over the top on me. She said, wouldn't it be cool to chair the Jamboree during Doug McDermott's junior and senior season? So, Doug, she knew you were staying for your senior season before you did. Well, I'm glad we made that decision because chairing the Jamboree was so much fun. We met so many great people, and I want to thank all the volunteers who do it year after year, and they do it not seeking praise or recognition. They do it because they love Creighton University, and they want to support the student athletes. That's why they do it. I'd also like to thank Ketch and Rachel, you're the backbone of this operation. You provided great leadership. I also want to acknowledge all my associates at First National. With very little arm twisting, they served on many of the committees, and they did a great job making Alice and I successful. So we are very honored here. I'd like to also congratulate the Hall of Fame inductees, all the student athletes that received awards this evening. We are very, very much appreciative, and thank you very much.
So I'd like to start out, and hopefully no one in this room actually believes that it was me citing statistics in the car on the way back from Des Moines. That was all Dan being very enthusiastic about his Blue Jays. So I'd just like to echo what Dan said and express that it was an honor and a pleasure to work on the Blue Jay Jamboree the last 2 years. To be honest, when I walked into my first Jamboree meeting, I was truly the rookie. Just to give you some perspective, when I moved to Omaha in 2005, I actually went into Tom Gaughan's office and asked what color to wear to a Creighton game. Tom, in his sweet manner, just told me to take a seat, and he started his tutorial out with the mascot. So Dan took my Blue Jay education from there, the Des Moines car trip included. But after my first Jamboree meeting, I realized that I needed to learn the Blue Jay lingo. So it goes a little like this. Ketch is Carol and Rass is Bruce. If Rass is the king, then she's the queen. And my go-to Jamboree contact was Brent, replaced by Joe, who is now Rachel, but Joe's not gone, just with Butch, who is Mark. We're coached by Mac, Flan, Lou, Juice, Spence, Murph, and even a D-Rock. There is a Bimbo, a Ren, a Sarv, and a Fitz or two. Don't even get me started about the Docks. The Docks, not the Hawks, they are the Hoaks that are Bud, and the Mullins and the Hoaks take care of the pool party and the entire home and garden section, and have more family and Creighton graduates per capita than my home state of South Dakota. Father is father, not my father, that's Houston. Ren, Parker, Fahey, Michael, Kevin, and Dan take care of the underwriting. Joni and Amy handle all the baskets. Barb, Deb, and Nancy never miss a meeting. Jim and Bill are just great. Tom is Beeve, and he is the raffle. Mike, Jim, and Clint handle all of the advertising, and just short of a miracle, we actually got the Jamboree done. So thank you for the bottom of my heart for helping a rookie. We truly love being part of the Blue Jay family. My husband loves that I've learned the lingo, and I'm getting better at knowing the stats. So go Blue Jays.